recording now.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, so that we can.
Welcome. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello to
Yeah,
everyone.
welcome, sir.
Hopefully you are all fine, all good. You have a good time. So let's just dive into, because I got a warning last time. It's too long, so let's keep it short. Okay. So now, welcome to the third part. We will have a quick talk about how is the production and the finishing, and after also what we have to invest, what options do we have. Yeah, so we will have a small review of part 2 was the question about the bridge connectors, how we do that. We will talk about CAM software, the CNC, post-processing, sintering, finishing, and an overview about the Mica CAM, the crown, what we designed on Wednesday, and how we get started into digital world. So let's have a review. We talked about last time about 3D scanners. We talked about the Chinese D scanners for the lab.
Please, I'm on a Zoom meeting.
And DS Mix. Exocad we have seen so far. You can hear me now? Okay, we had a quick look at the flexible dentures. So bridge connectors was a question last time. The size of the bridge connector depends on the material you want to do after. For zirconium and ceramic materials, it has to be a bigger one than for metal. And also there are different shapes available and a free design. I will share quick the Exocad where I have prepared that. As you can see here, there's a 3-unit bridge, and I have 2 connectors. I can either change the size of it to 4 millimeters. I can choose different shapes, yeah. And this can be done for all connectors at the same time or individually for each connector, because at the front maybe you want different ones than on the side. Also, you can choose to have no connector, also possible, but not in this case. Yeah, also we can adapt this freely. We can also move this around and design it how we want to. Okay. Just also another option we have. We can take this connector, let's say we make it 9 millimeters, and we can move this around if you want to. Okay. So let's return quick to the presentation. So let's get to the CAM software. What I use is Mica CAM. This CAM software generates the code for the machine so it can operate. Yeah, mine, like I said, is Mica CAM from Picassoft in France. Of course, you can use some 3D, Hyperdent, WorkCNC, and different things are on the market. Your CAM software takes care of the management also for your tools and for your blanks. It means the machine knows where the tools are and pick them if they need to be picked one by one. The CNC means it's a computer numerical control, and this is especially for subtractive manufacturing. We have different machines on the market, but the most common are 5-axis nowadays. But there are still 4-axis. For example, smaller machines for the blocks are in general 4-axis. The one with the round blanks are normally 5-axis. This can be processed simultaneously, or we have a strategy, sometimes 3+1 or 3+2. So we have machines that can mill only dry. Therefore, we can use zirconia, PMMA, wax, plaster, or chrome cobalt. Chrome cobalt depends also on the machine you have. Not all machines can do this. The heavier ones can. For example, what you see on the right side, the D15 can mill all of that. Then we have smaller machines, mostly for the dentist clinic, but also for laboratory. It's wet milling machines where you can use it for ceramic, like Vita blocks, or you can use it for DZD-CAD or amber mill or all these kind of blocks. Or titanium preforms, that means for implant preforms, it's a preform regarding your implant system, and the connection is already there. You just mill the top of it. And of course, we have machines what can do both, dry and wet. It depends on your situation, what you might need. Some go only for dry and buy a second one for wet. Some do both, or it depends on your situation. Post-processing after milling is you have, of course, remove your crown or partial, whatever you have from the blank. You have to remove the supports. And if you use white zirconia, for example, what is not colored, you have to use a coloring liquid, what has to be dried after. If you use a pre-colored zirconia blank, you don't need liquids. Sometimes if you want maybe individual changes, you can do that, but normally you don't need. But for example, you have a large 4x4 implant case, you can, for example, apply pink liquid for the gingiva, and the rest stays like it is. For pre-colored zirconia, you don't need drying if you don't apply liquids. You have monochrome blanks or also polychrome multi-layer blanks. Then you need a sintering furnace. This is not a normal porcelain furnace. You need a high temperature furnace, up to 1,500 degrees Celsius or more. You have different types of loading. You see here in the picture from the bottom. So there's a lift going up, or you also get front loading furnaces with a door to open. The front loaders are mostly a bit cheaper than the bottom one with a lift. I would prefer the bottom one because the heating in the chamber is more equal all around your trays. If you have a door, the front door might be cooler than the other side. So it can happen that the heat is not so equal. And of course, you get two types of heating elements, your lithium carbide, what goes maximum to 1,500 Celsius, or molybdenum DZD side, it goes up to 1,600 degrees. They are more expensive, but also more doable. For the finishing, of course, you can layer a porcelain, or if it's a full contour, you just need to stain and glaze. Yeah, and after you do polishing. I have a small tiny video for you. For example, this one are these cases, what we did on Wednesday. You see, it's the anterior crown. The left one is the crown, what is partial veneered, only labial. In the middle one, I designed a crown by myself yesterday. This is what I like to do. In the anterior part, I reduce only 0.4 of the anatomical shape and just minimal layering of enamelum and transfer. It goes very quick and it's a very aesthetic way. And the right one is the full contour crown. We will start now the small sequence so you can see it. This is our anterior crown, what we did in the course on Wednesday. This is what I did now yesterday. You can see you just have to lay a minimal of porcelain all around. Okay. So let's get back to the options what we have. I have prepared an overview for 4 different options. Option 1, when you want to get into digital dentistry, is you buy only a scanner and a PC. Yeah? Therefore, you can digitalize your cases, you can scan your models, you can scan your impression, and can send this out to a designing center or milling center. You get either the finished back or you finish it by yourself. For the PC, for example, you need an Intel iCore 7 or 9, AMD Ryzen 5 7 or 9, NVIDIA gaming cards RTX, minimum 16 GB of RAM, better 32 GB of RAM, and a hard drive of minimum 400 GB. Our laptops and computers are always coming with an Intel i7, NVIDIA gaming card RTX 2060, 32 GB of RAM, and we always put 2 hard drives, and we use normally SSD because it's quicker. We pay off in the end. Option 2 would be the option 1 plus a CAD software like Exocad, Blue Sky Plan, or Blender for dental. In this case, you design for yourself and you just send out for the milling or printing and get back your case for the finishing. So option would be, of course, option 2 plus you buy your own CNC mill and CAM, your furnace for sintering zirconia. And if you need small cases, maybe you don't have a mill for metal, or for the chrome dentures, you outsource that for the design, what you cannot do by yourself, or you don't have the module and Exocad for this, or maybe for 3D printing. And option 4 is, again, option 3, plus you buy your own printer and you only need to outsource maybe things what you cannot design by yourself, or you don't have the module. So let's have a closer look to that. Option 1, we can offer you a showing 3D scanner. This is the smallest version. It costs you around $4,999 US. This scanner is included the software. This scanner creates open files in STL or OBJ. You have no lockdowns, no annual fees. Lifetime, you get free updates for the scan software. And we have, for example, also a laptop to offer. We use MSI laptops. They cost around $2,100. But of course, if you get it in your country or you get it on Alibaba or somewhere else, you don't have to buy the laptop from us. It's just an offer. But this is the specs what ours have. So the total cost for this option 1 is normally $799 US. The second option is the scanner and the laptop, plus you buy Exocad software from us. The basic software costs you $4,485. It can do crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, veneers, telescopic crowns, attachments, and other things too. You have modules optional available for implant bars, vertical articulator, bite splints, provisional crowns and bridges. We have a tooth smile, a tooth library, model creator, partial denture, smile creator, jaw motion. And we have also an additional module for the implant planning. And we have bundles available so you would save on the modules. But if you go for the scanner, the laptop, and the basic CAD software, you get around $11,584. And we have an offer for you guys if you purchase something from us until the 15th of December. You get the True Smile module for free, but only if you buy at least the scanner and Exocad. You don't need to buy the laptop if you don't want to. So option 3, of course, is option 2. In this case, I put the Yenadent D10. This humidity unit cost you around $23,000. It can dry mill zirconia, wax, PMMA, and any other dry mill-able materials like maybe a nano composite or something like this. You can have optional the wet milling tool, what is including block adapter, but of course this is an extra cost. And if you want to have a table, you can have this too. The CAM software is included in this 23,000 US dollars. For zirconia, you will need a suction unit for your zirconium dust because this is very aggressive. Our suction unit from Yenadent cost you 1,500 US dollars. And you need a sintering furnace. We also here have a special offer for you guys. It's an Apsera GT1, what cost normally 6,000 US dollars. It's the same one what you saw on the picture before. And Apsera offers you this furnace for $5,500 US, including a voucher for $500 US for blanks for zirconia, PMA, or wax. So this then will cost you in total $41,584 US. Option 4 is then everything else before, plus maybe a printer. We have 2 different printers. What we offer, the AccuFab D1S, it's a DLP printer, very reliable. It's just plug and print. You have presets in there, you have Wi-Fi in there, you have LAN connection in there. You just, if you have your printer always clean and calibrated, you come in the morning, you print yourself, actually switch it on and print. There's no tinkering or anything around. The same is the new one, what came out for the IDS now, the AccuFab L4D. It's also a 3D printer, but a cheaper version. It's not a DLP printer, it has a screen where you print what is your light source below, so it's a cheaper. And you need a curing unit, maybe. The curing unit for the post-processing cost you $499 US. So if you go all in, you're talking roughly about a cost of $45,000 US. Of course, this can go up and down, depends what you want. So the question is, of course, why you should buy from us, not from somebody else? For example, I'm now in the dental technology since 1992. This is when I started. So everything what I'm talking about here, of course, is my own opinion, my own experience. It's not really a scientific background behind this, but my almost 30 years in dental technology, I have an experience and I have seen things come and go. So I can give you advices where you might not have thought about it. Since 2005, I have done my master dental technician, so I am allowed to train people and run my business. This is done in Germany. I am from Germany originally. My first steps in digital were in 2008, so this is more than 10 years ago. So you can rely on some experience of that too. First, of course, it was only scanning. My first steps were with SAC from Digudent. We also had experience in Adcon, Dental Wings, Reshape, and now Exocad. All these things, what I have shown you today, is a modular system. You pick only that what you really need. We have different desktop, different scanners available, 3 desktop, 2 interval. We have Exocad, 5-axis milling. They are all upgradeable. If you want to go only dry and wet later, you can do this. CAD CAM is included, also upgradeable. We have suction units, we have sintering furnace, we have consumables like blanks, liquids, small milling tools, polishing tools. Even if you need a compressor, we have a supplier from Italy. It's a great tool. And of course, you get support from us. If you buy a scanner, you get a free support for the setup and the initial training of 2 hours. And later on, we are available also via TeamViewer. We can also design for you, we can mill for you, we can print for you if you need. And in 2020, we are initiating an online e-learning platform where some items will be for free, but also, of course, you have to pay for some lessons because we cannot do everything for free. So if you want to get in contact with me, you can go via info@stern-dental-com. You can go also to our website, which is still a little bit in developing, but you find a few things there, or you can call or WhatsApp me on this phone number if you want to. And so far, this was now from me. So if you guys have any questions, then please let me know. I hope this was quick enough today.
Yes, precise as well.
And I guess you guys have tons of questions. Oh, I want to say one thing more. All the prices you have seen there are a bit negotiable, but they don't include any freight or shipping or taxes for your country, because this is what you have to take care of. And I cannot include no freight because, as you know, from the situation we are in since 1.5 years, shipping is so crazy. So we have to always, if you want something, we can do this and then give you a quote. Yeah, this is just a small reminder. So now shoot what you have in mind.
Okay, thank you so much, Philip Stan. We want anyone who wants to ask question within the short time that we have left to indicate in the chat box. You can put your question there, or if you want to speak, please, we'll give you the chance to do so by raising up your hand so I can call you and you unmute and speak. In the next couple of minutes, we should be finishing because we want everyone to have the chance of returning to their duties. Question from colleagues, if there are any.
No one?
Okay, I think some people are typing now and they want to get.
I have a question, sir.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, what is the cost of training if somebody want to be involved in this type of training, maybe over there? What will it cost?
For training, we support you if you buy a scanner from us. You will have a free training in the beginning where we show you how the system works. And we do this for around 2 to 4 hours. Depends a little bit on what you need to do. Yeah, and also how many modules, for example, for Exocad you buy. If you want a training above that, you have to get in contact with me. Sometimes we can just show you a hint. Maybe you find something on YouTube Yeah. Or if you want one-on-one training, then we have to see what you actually want to do and how long it is. But normally it will be then by hour. Okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
actually for Exocad, you find tons of videos of online. Definitely, if Exocad, for example, has an own YouTube channel, and this would my first way to look at things. If I have a question to explain, a single crown, a big case, partial dentures, all of these things. So this would be my first goal to go.
Okay, thanks, Philip Stan. Is there anyone having question to indicate? You can pick the mic at any time and speak so that we can also benefit from these little interactions. Okay, I have Ahmad El-Rufai. Can you please speak? But your question is already here, that how do we promote manual dexterity? I want to tell you that manual dexterity is promoted even when you're going digitally. It doesn't mean that you must have to take wax knife and all that every time to display your manual dexterity. You could do so using a digital tool. If that is your question, I think I've been able to do that. In case not, you can unmute and speak.
I think what he wants to know is, or he or she is scared of that maybe the manual work will be distinct. I don't think so. It's just shifting. You work differently. It's a tool. It's an extension of your workbench into more precision.
That's great. I like to hear that. It's an extension of workbench. It doesn't take that skill from you. It only help you to do better. Okay, how do you scan the occluded model with a contact scanner? Do you understand that question at all?
You don't use a contact scanner for that. The contact scanner you use to scan metal objects, for example, telescopic crowns or bars, where you want to do a secondary part of it.
Lisa, we
the
need your phone
occluded
number.
model is normally scanned with your contactless scanner.
Okay, thanks so much. I think there are no questions here again. We'll be leaving. We will expect that every one of us, we want to say thank you to Philip Stan for taking time to do this this webinar with us, with everybody here, as many as 35 of us here today. I'm so glad. We will be sending this thing out, our certificate out, to show that you participated in this very soon. For everybody that participated, be expecting through your email. And if for any reason you couldn't participate, for those who registered online, please do one thing. Go to the YouTube, like our YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and watch the video and ask 1 or 2 questions. Then we'll be able to send the certificate to you. Ololafe, will you be able to speak now? We're running up. Will you be able to speak now? Can you unmute yourself and speak? Oh, fortunately, maybe for network reason, you couldn't do that. Philip Stan, I want to thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate all your efforts.
Oh, he's coming in.
Okay, Ololafe, can you speak now? Or he muted himself again.
Okay.
Okay, so we do appreciate this. We will send the recording to YouTube and we'll send the link to you. We appreciate that our friends are keenly interested in webinar, and we hope that when Philip Stan will be doing a special case, maybe a particular patient job, maybe you will spare time. We're also calling somebody from the US who will be helping us soon on this. Okay, Oluwarafe, can you put your question across now? You have time.
Thank you. The network is not friendly.
We are hearing you.
We can hear you now.
Mhm.
Speak, we are hearing you. Okay, Oluwalafe, maybe his network is not giving him a chance. Okay, Adeboyega, can you speak too?
He's writing now, I think.
Yeah, Adeboyega, you have the floor if you can speak. Tolulope. Oh, the network may not be so friendly today. I'm happy to report that we have as many as 42 of us online that are watching this, and there are so many. We had as many as 165 colleagues that are interested in this. Believe me, they are interested in joining, but unfortunately, maybe network is a problem. But I want to appreciate Philip's time. Yeah, who want to speak now?
It's Victor, sir.
Victor, please go ahead. We'd like to hear your voice.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, Mr. Philip, for the wonderful presentation, sir. I would like to know, during your conclusion, it talks about when you did your master in 2008. I want to know, can the master be done online? And what is the duration or the cost implication?
No, the master technician cannot be done online. I don't think so, because you need practical. You have to do a practical exam. I am originally from Germany, so we have it craftsmanship. So you are craftsman, and then after you do your master craftsman, and therefore you have to go to a school. It takes normally around 1 to 1.5 years full time, and then after you have to sit around 4 different examens.
Please, Wisdom, is this available to, non-Germans, colleagues from?
In our last, please, sir, in our last discussion, I was about asking a question about, when we are doing a PFM, posting fuse to metal, in a case that is cracked or some old porcelain might be detached, of which we do repair. I was asking, when there is a crack on this zirconia, or when after milling is short of margin, is there any way of correcting, or you start afresh? That was my question last time.
For the PFM, mostly when you have different types of cracks. If you have an horizontal crack, it's mostly a failure of misdone design of your coping. In zirconia, it's the same thing. You're also going to have chipping or cracks. But therefore, as I have shown in the video, I try to, you have ways to minimize the layering. I do a layering mostly of around 0.4 millimeters, so you avoid chipping. Yeah, or you do 95% is full contour anyway, so there's no porcelain.
Okay, so we want to say thank you to Philip Tans. Our time is up. Let us just wave our hands and say bye-bye to him.
Bye-bye.
And looking
have a good time.
To him another time. Please, I'll meet your
Bye-bye.
Release your video now so we can say bye-bye to him.
Hope to hear from you soon.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Bye.
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 God bless you.